it's Darby from rejoiceandcreate.com. Thanks for stopping by today. Well, I have a fun little project, and it's a tea bag holder, and I think they're very sweet. It holds 2 tea bags. I think you probably could get another one in there as well if you wanted to. And you'll notice that this one says Happy Valentine's Day because I actually gave a few of these out on Valentine's Day. But I didn't get a chance to record the video. So I thought it'd be a really sweet thing also for Mother's Day or a ladies' luncheon, perhaps for a get well, a little thinking of you, or a random act of kindness. So I thought I'd jump on, record the video, and go ahead and put this project out because it's very simple to do, and you can create it with essentially something from your scrap bin. So I actually went into my scrap bin and I pulled out a piece of pattern paper, and this one happens to be double-sided. That is 3 inches wide by the full 12 inches long, and I'd actually cut some of these off of another project that I was doing, so I have them in my scrap bin, but you could cut them from a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper as well. And it's just the way we cut and score this that will fold it into a cute little pocket. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, because it's going to be hard to see the pattern, let me go ahead and show you how we're going to score this. So we're going to put it on the 12-inch side, and you're going to score it at 1.5, 2, 3.5, 4, and 4.5. So let's go ahead and do that. 1.5, 2, 3.5, 4, and 4.5. Okay, so what we're going to do now is turn this so all those score lines are up top, and we're going to score it at the 1.5 mark just down to that 3.5 inch score line. So let's go ahead and do that, just down to that 3.5 inch score line. So that's right here. I know it's hard to see because of the pattern on the paper. Oops, I just cut that one, but that's okay because we're going to cut it anyway. You could also do that on a trimmer because what we're going to do next is cut that line that we just scored down to that 3.5 inch line. Okay, so now what we're going to do with the pattern that you want on the outside to be up, we're actually going to fold this right at that score line, and we're going to fold each of these at a diagonal away. So this score line is going to line up with that side, and this cut line is going to line up with that score line. Just like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do it on this one. And I'm putting this ruler here just so you can see where that score line is, so you can see where I'm folding it. And go ahead and fold that down this way to match it up. And down this way. Just be gentle with that score line right where you cut. You don't want to tear that any further. Okay, so that's what we have now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold these 2 end flaps around the back and meet them up in the back like this. Okay, so let's put some adhesive, and I'm just going to use a little touch of snail on this just to hold that in place to show you what I'm doing. And that 1/2 inch gap is going to be a gap for the pocket, and then you just want to meet these around the back, and you want it to be square, so line it up that way and then meet this one right opposite to it. And that's what our little pocket looks like. All right, so let me go ahead and get this one up to that step. So now we have our little pocket, and let me move my scoreboard out of the way. Now what we're going to do is just to go ahead and put our tea bags in there, and we're actually going to fold this down. And I didn't do a score line because everybody's tea bags may be a little bit different, but I'm just going to fold that over till it's just on top of that score line, and then I'll fold it. Now if you want to do a decorative edge, I'd go ahead and do that first, and I'm going to do that with this one. So I'm just going to use a decorative edge punch. Okay, and then I'm just going to tuck my tea bags in, and I'll just fold this so it's just over those tea bags. Line up my sides, and I'm going to go ahead and crease that. just like that. All right, and to make my little handle, I'm just going to punch a circle or a little oval right at the top. And let me go ahead and do an oval. All right, to hold this down, I'm just going to put a piece of foam strip right across the top, or you can use a few dimensionals as well. And fold that back in place, and that holds the tea bags nicely. To save time on the decoration, I just went ahead and stamped a little sentiment, something for you. And let's see, that one came from Festive Favors Tag Sentiments from Divinity Designs, and that's LCS 63. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue it right across that little opening there. And then, like this other one, I'm just going to put a little bow on here. Now, I do have a bunch of bow dies, and you can use that as well, or even a bow punch. I have a couple of those that are retired from different manufacturers. But if you have an envelope punch board, let me show you how to make this one very quickly from a 1" by 6" scrap of paper. I'll move that aside for a second. And here's my envelope punch board, and here is my scrap of paper, 1" by 6", and I've got tons of scraps, so you can use these up. The first thing I'm going to do is on the 3" mark, I'm going to punch on both sides. And that's the center of my bow. Then what I'm going to do is move it to the 4 3/4 on this end and do it on both sides. And then turn it around to the other one and also line that end up at the 4 3/4 and do the same. Now there are many tutorials for little bows out there, but this is a really cute one that matches the size. And what I'll do now is I'll just put the end right into the throat, and I'm going to line it up right in the center of where that is, so I can get a nice punch on the end. And that's what it looks like on the end. Same with this one. Okay, now let me show you how I got it together. All right, so this is going to be the outside of my bow, and the first thing I'm going to do is those 2 little pods from the center. I'm just going to curve on both of these bubbles that are on either side of the center. And then, because we're going to put the bow together like this, I'm going to take this and flip it and match up these shoulders on both sides and give a crease right there so my bow knows where to fold. Same with the other side. Like that. And then we're going to turn it over. I'm going to put a glue dot right in the center, or you could use some glue. And then what I'm going to do is match that half right in the center there and press it into the half of the glue dot, and the same with the other. Move that right over, press it into half of the glue dot. Okay. Now I'm also going to take a glue dot and get these ends just to stick to the sides there, right there, and right there. Okay, so that gives us a really sweet bow. I'm going to put a glue dot right on the back of it and add it to my packaging, right where I want it to be, in the center. And you can see that's a really cute size for this one. And then just to perk up my little bow loops, I'm going to just put my styling tool or a pencil. You could use a pencil or a pen just to give you a little bit rounded bow loops. And to decorate the center, I'm just going to put one of these faceted jewels right in the middle. And isn't that sweet? So I think that makes a very sweet little tea holder. And if you want to package it up, you can package it up in maybe a 4 by 6 cellophane envelope, which would look very cute. So if you like the video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to be notified of new videos as I upload them. For more information on this project or others, please go to rejoiceandcreate.com. And as always, until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye!